Why is feeling safe so important for your healing? Put simply, if our system, particularly our nervous system and autonomic nervous system, doesn't feel safe, and if our immune system is on red alert and is not feeling safe and is watching out for external threat and is in a state of either sympathetic activation, which will of course will lead to hormonal changes, cortisol, adrenaline, etc., will lead to excitement of the amygdala so that it's in a defense, and will lead to changes of our immune state too. A watchword really with any form of trauma therapy is you've got to get the person to be able to feel a greater degree of safety in their system, not just their nervous system, but the whole of their cellular biology, in my opinion, needs to start to feel safer. I'm not saying that we can't go through life feeling, any sense that I don't feel safe. It is wrong, that's life. People before us have been chased by wildebeest and they don't feel safe, right? Feeling permanently 24/7 safe is an unrealistic human expectation. I feel threatened. Yes, get used to it. That's life. When we've had trauma and we get activated because of past experiences which have been unresolved, then what I'm really talking about here is if our system is permanently stuck in a state where it doesn't feel safe, as opposed to, I'm okay now, there's a threat imposed upon me, I can go on red alert, I can take flight, I can deal with it, the threat is gone, I come back, I process, discharge, come back into regulation. That's all normal. It's when we're stuck on, that's the problem. And the reason being that our physiology responds when there is a sense that we're not safe. It's not singular event trauma that's necessarily we're talking about here. What we're talking about is the buildup of load in the system that then starts to affect the biology. That being things like cortisol. It's going to put us in a fight-flight situation. Sympathetic activation is going to say, I want blood to the heart, lungs, muscles so I can run away, fight and defend myself. And so that's going to take that away from the gut. It's going to take it away from other vital organs, and so this may then change the health of that organ. If you deny the blood supply to the gastrointestinal system for a protracted period of time, surely that's going to have an adverse effect. Yes, if it's not nourished in the same way. It's also going to change the normal peristaltic movement within the bowel because of the change in balance. We need a predominating parasympathetic state within our system for our body to have that peristaltic movement and normal bowel activity. And if we're in sympathetic, fight and flight excitation, then we won't have that. So we need this yin-yang homeostasis, as it would be called, pendulating state, as Peter Levine calls it. Whatever label you put upon it, we need this undulation and meandering state within our system. This rhythmical craniosacral therapy, we would look at that in terms of tides and rhythms and waves. There are energetic rhythms which need to happen within our system. And being stuck on in a sense of I'm not safe prevents those rhythmic patterns from occurring within the system, and that causes disease. So how can you help yourself feel safer? If we're going to change anything in our lives, the first thing we have to do is be aware of it. And so this is where the embodiment and the somatic experience, if you're able to, now this may be impossible, this may be part of our work, is if I don't feel safe, then it's going to be a somatic experience. There's going to be an embodied feeling of, this is horrible. Now, depending on our past, we may have learned to dissociate from that and not even know it's going on. So it may be a little bit trite of me to suggest that you just feel what's going on in your body, because they might go, well, if I could do that, I wouldn't be needing your help. But if you're able to slow things down enough to be able to notice, do I feel grounded, safe and present right now? And if the answer is partly yes, partly no, right. How is it that I recognize that I don't feel safe? What's the, my heart feels, I can really feel my heart beating, or I feel like I've just sort of gone a little bit tight, or I feel like my feet are a bit stuck, or they're getting fidgety and I'm bouncy and I'm very, very active and I'm feeling threatened. Noticing those things is the start. Then there can be things like, right, noticing that and going, right, can I slow this down? Can I ground? Can I connect? Now that might be I kind of got some yoga tools that I'm aware of, or I go when I sit with nature and I know that reading a book helps me, or I know that I ground through my sit bones, or I know that I go into meditation, or something, anything that you might already know that is helpful can be useful to help your system to start to come down. Then you're starting to noticing what's changing in my body. Yeah, that tightness in my chest and I'm feeling like my neck, I can move my head around a bit more. Interesting. So maybe you're beginning to get a somatic awareness of the state of safety or lack thereof. Hi, I'm Roger. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons.